Jessica from Adoministics YouTube channel, and I figured I would share this recipe with you all. I did this recipe about 2 years ago. I'm not going to remake it or nothing anytime soon, but I did take pictures of it and I put it on Facebook on an account that I'm using a couple years ago. So I figured I would go over the recipe with you all and share it with you all. This is called Amish friendship bread or fairy bread. This is how you do it. On day one, you're going to put 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of sugar, and 1 cup of milk. You're going to stir them and leave them covered, all the ingredients, in a bowl. That's what you're going to do on day one. Okay, now let's go to day 2. Day 2, all you're going to do is stir it and leave it covered again. Okay, on day 3, you're going to stir it and leave it covered again on the counter. You do not refrigerate this recipe. Day 4, you're going to stir it again and leave it covered. Day 5, you're going to add 1 cup of milk, 1 cup of sugar, and 1 cup of flour, and you're going to stir it again. And then you're going to cover it up. Okay? Day 6, you're going to stir it again and leave it covered. Day 7, you're going to stir it again and then leave it covered. And I'm sorry, let me see if I can't turn that around for a better view. All right, day 8, you're going to stir it again and you're going to leave it covered. Day 9, you're going to stir it again and you're going to leave it covered. Okay, all kinds of stuff goes on day 10. You're going to grease and flour some pans. I don't know how many pans you'll have to need. It's according on how much it turns out for you all. Okay, you're going to need 3 cups of oil. I always use olive oil, but you can use any kind of oil you want to use. It's whatever your preference is. But most of the time for everything, I use olive oil. So, and I use 100% extra virgin olive oil. You're going to take your 9 eggs. This recipe does call for a lot of eggs. So you're going to use 9 eggs, 6 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1 cup and a half of milk, 1 tablespoon and 1 teaspoon each, and then 1.5, I believe that's 1.5 teaspoon of baking powder. I could be wrong because, like I said, I'm just going over the ingredients in the recipe that I wrote on the. This is off Facebook from a couple years ago, so you might have to look that part up off YouTube to be sure. It's Amish bread is what it's called, or fairy bread. And you take 1 and 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. You take some walnuts. You take 1.5 teaspoons of salt, 3 cups of sugar, and 1 tablespoon of vanilla. And you mix all that together. This is day 10. And then that's what it'll look like. You do not refrigerate this. You leave this out on the counter or somewhere. But that's what it looks like as you're mixing all that together. Then you put it in the oven. And then that's what it looked like. And then I added butter to mine whenever I cut mine to serve for me. I used butter, and I also used cinnamon sugar to sprinkle on top. And a lot of times what people will do, that's the end of this recipe, what people will do is they will give a loaf of this because it makes plenty. They will give a loaf of this to their friends or their neighbors, or pass it along to another family members, who might be sick or might need like someone to lift their spirits up to make them happy or whatever. And so that's what this bread is usually used for. A lot of times too, why people will call it fairy bread and also Amish bread is because they'll put like birthday sprinkles and stuff on it instead of cinnamon sugar. So I appreciate y'all for watching, and I hope y'all like that recipe. And it makes a lot of it. It made me I think 3 pans full or whatever. Anyways, you're gonna bake it. I always bake everything for, you just kind of have to watch it, but I baked it for 350 degrees for I don't know how long. You just kind of have to watch it and stick a fork through it, and so you see whenever it's done or whatever. But I made this a couple years ago, and I've not made it since then because I've just not had. I do like it. It's really tasty. It's really tasty even plain without the butter and sugar on it. It's just that it takes 10 days to make this, and so that's one reason I haven't made it. And then two, I don't have so many people like that to give it to because I'm not really speaking to my neighbors and stuff or my family right now, so I don't have that many people to give it to or whatever. But I would recommend you all to try this recipe, and thanks for watching. I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks. Bye-bye.